Hey everyone, Eddie here. We are back with Sephiria. Have another exciting video for you today as we have another viewer build to go off of. This is by my viewer Leon, essentially evolving around Cleave and very large Cleave and Cleave damage. Since then, though, it has gone through some changes. I have seen that in the posts and the comments, they have done some edits, and I agree with some of them. So we're going to change this build up a little bit, but we're going to use the essence of the build as a whole. They named it Vengeful Scholar, which I thought was a pretty cool name. But now we're going to go ahead and focus upon the Cleave as a whole. So we'll be spamming Cleave as we go along, and doing massive Cleave damage that should take up the entire screen. So it should be a lot of fun, nonetheless, to use this build. So regardless, we're going to go wind sheet music just to increase the melee range. And this is going to allow us, when we do spam our Cleave, when we max this out, we'll have a pretty good range, which I think is awesome. Originally, they liked riposte for the block damage, and it does a counter, essentially. But it looks like they've changed it and didn't have really a direction to go. I personally like Radiating Charm because you do have to block in order to unlock one of the weapon tiers for the special attack. So I figure if we're going to at least block, we might as well gain physical damage. And the thing I love about Radiating Charm is look at the duration of the buff. It's 25.5 seconds, which is huge. Especially in boss fights. So I think that's going to actually be a really good addition to this. And this is going to be more of like a spam King of Cleaves type build versus, I think, of the original view of what Leon had in mind, especially changing out riposte. So I think overall, though, this is going to be really fun. I do agree Scholar Lizard is the best choice as far as character or costume for this, because we're just going to just keep on spamming this no matter what. So I think this is going to be a really fun build. Let's see how it turns out. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the build, the game, the gameplay. If you have a build in mind that you'd like for me to try, please go ahead and post it. Viewer builds are some of my favorite content to make in Sephiria, so the more the merrier, I say. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Love to see you join, especially if you like the game and this type of genre. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share my videos. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it. All right, first level. I actually don't mind going Green Slaw Blade. We are constantly spamming, so I think that that's a good addition. I mean, Dedication could work too. We do want to try to get, at the very least, wind sheet music maxed if possible. So it's going to receive a 3% buff that stacks up to 3 times. I mean, we can see what that's like and then kind of go from there. All right, let's see. Going into the next area, we're going to get Anvil, so that's good. And then we're going to go directly into Roots. And then probably Tablet, I would say, would be the third area there. So there was no suggestion in regards to Roots, only in the weapon, which is Gripping Fear, which I understand because that's where the max amount of our damage is going to come from. So we'll see that once we reach the second floor. I think, though, however, I probably will rock Assassin as far as a root goes, mainly due to the physical damage. I want to go sturdy with this build. I do feel like the maximize of physical is really going to enhance our damage immensely. So it's none of these. Here we go. Tiny Destruction. That's what we want. So increases special attack cleave damage by 50%. So after a successful block, special attack cleave then deals 30% extra damage. So right now, our cleave damage is going to be insane, right? It's already increasing by 50%. But if we're able to perform that block, that's when we're going to get that extra 30. And that's when we'll see the animation for it as well. So that's why I do feel like spamming the cleave is going to be essential. And we're going to use the block for gripping fear, especially if we maximize the wind sheet music as a secondary. There we go. Was a little sneak peek. It is pretty good damage. I mean, an extra 30% goes a long way, especially in bosses. It's just too fun not to spam the cleave, though. Essentially a king of cleaves, right? And wait for that block instead. So I feel like this is going to be the route to go for sure. I mean, I don't mind cloth armor, but I kind of like windgrass scarf just to increase our attack speed here. What's our defense at currently? We're at 15. I mean, we are going to be in the midst of everybody, so we are going Guardian and Sturdy as probably as our max, so I guess that's not a bad pickup to grab right now. Especially since I may miss some of my blocks. Might as well have some extra defense so we don't get too hindered by the damage. Alright, let's see. We have 4 rerolls, so hopefully that's enough. Perfect. Ooh, I don't like the item, though. That's alright. I guess it's more important to have the root. We can sell the item, need be. Yeah, I don't foresee us going Stormcloud in this build. It's going to be pure damage, pure armor and Guardian. Balisong is actually good. Again, I don't plan... Oh, so is Haste. I don't plan on going crit, but just with the amount of damage that increases within the tiles, and we are within that range, I think that's pretty significant for the build. Maximize on the damage output as possible. That's the goal. I do like stack. Yeah, stack's a pretty good one, especially early on. I feel like I missed. I did. So I was to say, I feel like I missed something. Echo, no. I mean, silver plate isn't terrible. I mean, we have our root and our weapon already, so we do have the opportunity to reroll if we'd like. I mean, I don't mind getting the silver plate early on, though, because we still have plenty of space, and it's just going to increase our special attack, which is what we're spamming right now. So I don't see why I wouldn't pick that up. All right, first boss. It looks like it's the first tier boss of this level, so should be a good indication of where we stand as far as damage. Great Blessing would be another good pickup too. Nice, very good. Yeah, if we could pick up White Cape as well, we can increase all these buffs that we currently have that are beneficial. From the Charm, increasing our physical damage, which I think is huge. The Saw Blade. We could also pick up the Haste as well if we wanted to. Wow. Okay. Well, when you could just stand in there and let them do their AoE damage 3 times in a row and they don't learn their lesson, why not take advantage of it, right? All right, let's see. How do we want to work this? I feel like we could just rotate this instead like this. So that way we could take advantage of... Future or past? I mean, both are so good. This kind of balances out more, but I do want these two to kind of be maxed in its current state. Let's see what else we could pick up, though. That will increase our attack speed, which I don't mind. Ooh, but Amber is so good. I mean, Mythic does nothing for us. I mean, we don't really care about the max, although there is quite a few Mythic items that would go well with this, like we mentioned before, the White Cape. So I guess Amber isn't too bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty good right now. We need a bit more heavier tablets, though, in order to maximize these. I love we can find power, or even the Evolve power, which is the newest tablet that came out. Not a bad first floor, though. Definitely seeing the potential. It is a lot of fun to use. You can already see the increase from the range of the wind sheet music. Ooh, we're definitely picking up shade. We don't need this, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's go ahead and bring this towards the bottom. And let's see what we can make of this now. Might be better to do something like this then, right? There we go. I like that. Maximizing where damage is, right? So, Balisong, we just need a couple more here. So hopefully maybe at this point we get Enchants, or maybe we'll get another Shade, right? To kind of balance everything out. It has happened before. I think one run I've actually had 3 Shades, so... Okay, awesome. We're going to get the Anvil first, so we're going to get the Gripping Fear. There's an Enchant. Oh... All right, this is going to be an awesome floor for us, especially if we can pick up some really good items for either the special attack damage or just sturdy as a whole. Well, there's a fire jellyfish we were looking for in our summoner run. I don't mind picking up the little charm here, just to increase a little more physical. It all adds up towards the end anyways. That couldn't have been all, right? Okay. I was gonna say, that felt very short. This build so far is very good, but I don't think we would have gone through that second floor level that quickly. All right, here we go. Yeah, Gripping Fear. So now increases special attack cleave damage by 30%, so an additional damage increase. And then the special attack cleave charges while block is active, with the range expanding at 200% at full charge. And then we get an instant charge upon a perfect guard. So it goes along with that, finding that block within just to do it. Wow, that's insane. It does take up a good amount of the screen, so it's got a huge area of effect, which is nice. Reminds me of a Whirlwind, essentially. So now we got to test out with the block to see how much it maximizes and the damage output as well. Do we want to do enchant? I mean, we could just go ahead and put it on these two just to maximize them. I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing. But let's hold, because what if we get something really good and we can kind of swap out, right? Holy. All right, let's try to get a block here. Nice. So you can see the extra damage is indicated by that red animation. The thing is that's why I think I'm going to use it situationally, because it's a little slow. And I think that kind of breaks up the pattern, especially if we have the opportunity of using Scholar Lizard to spam Cleave. Why not do that? Yeah, it's too good. It's too good not to spam and to sit back and wait for the block. Holding down when going into the areas, though, for that additional range is not bad. And I think once we get the wind sheet music all the way, we're obviously going to see the full potential of that. Ooh, a special area here. More dice, perfect. More rerolls. Okay, so now we can go back to our enchant. Yeah, it looks like we'll just go ahead and put it here. So now maximize wind sheet music and then also the radiating charm. So now radiating charm is going to give us an additional 10 damage, which is awesome. We got the extra damage here from silver plate and from being within range, so we're just bumping up. And then if we can get these maxed up too, we'll be hitting pretty hard here, especially going into library, which I like. Let's go the other enchant. I'm hoping I pick up a better item, though. I don't know if I want to spend my enchants on the lesser items, but if we don't find anything good, we can just add on to the charm and the wind sheet music item, and then just kind of swap our inventory up a little bit. No way. Well, now we have to move these around. What's more beneficial? This as a 2, we get +3 and then +6 crit. We get more off of this one, so might as well get the 1. Well, we get more crit, so actually, let's swap this back. Yeah. How much do we lose on defense? 1? I think I'd rather take the 1 more physical, especially with the way we're going. Yeah, I think I'll take that for now. These poor enemies don't even have a chance to attack. Barrier isn't too bad here. There we go. That's what we want. We want Great Blessing. Let me just make sure. I mean, Shield Training Manual is good too, but I mean, Great Blessing is where it's at. And the good thing is we don't really need to put Great Blessing in a additional inventory slot, because the only thing that increases, or I should say in this case decreases for it, is the MP cost. And we're Scholar Lizard. MP means nothing to us, so might as well save those slots for something that would be more beneficial. Okay, here's the enchant. So, let's hold a little bit. Let's see what else we have. I think we still have a little bit of an area to explore. The range is quite good. My goodness. Holy. Yeah, I just think it's still a little too slow. Oh, wow. Power is insane. I think it's a little too slow. Additionally, right, to fight off like a boss or something. Unless we get the timing right, then we should be good. All right, do we want to get any of these as a 3? That's the question for right now. I guess we could just maximize this one if we wanted to. And then now this like this. Yeah, we can always switch around our inventory. My worry is just about the enchant here, but let's go ahead and utilize it. Let's do the physical damage increase, and perhaps the amber would be better. Yeah, just so we could do additional damage to full health enemies. I mean, right off the bat, that's going to help us with the boss. All right, looks like we're going to face Pig, so this will be interesting. I think with Pig, we're going to have quite a bit of opportunity to block, so let's see. Yeah, too good. Harvest is really good. Holy, we're getting a lot of good. We just need the items. It feels like the artifacts, or I'm sorry, the tablets are falling in line. We just need those really solid artifacts now. I mean, we talked about Sword Training Manual. I do like Broken Mirror, but I actually feel like we may not need that. Yeah, because we're doing so well with the... let's see, where's our crit at? We're at 14. Just wondering if Chakram would be good here. This has to go in the top row, though. Slim Cushion, Icy Vine? No. Oh, White Cape is very good. Upon taking damage, gain invincibility. I think I'd rather take the White Cape. I know that's a really solid item, but now our buffs are going to increase by 130%, which is pretty big. Especially with Great Blessing, right? Yeah, I think that's the way to go. All right, feeling pretty solid going into Library. It'd be nice if we can get something like Agma, a bit more on the sturdy side to start building. More physical damage in Model Beak. Here's Warrior Seal. That'll help out. That'll actually get our sturdy going. Let's do a couple rerolls though, just to see if we're not missing anything. Oh goodness. Lightning Rod. Disconnection. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just pick up Warrior Seal. That's going to be a big one. I actually may swap this out with like the cape. I mean, 100% is still good on the buffs, but just to increase the damage, right? Oops. Yeah, that +1 could make a difference. All right, let's see how well we do here. I always like judging the damage. Let's see. Yeah, we're close to 450. Max, we hit that 650 on there. So that's without using Great Blessing. And of course, our large cleave, if we get that out. So let's see what we have here. Oh, this is an interesting one. I mean, we could go dice into artifact, into tablet. I think that might be the most beneficial. Yeah, that might be the most beneficial. So let's go ahead and rock that and see how this turns out. Does do massive amounts of damage in that large area. And sometimes in the library, the spaces are very small, so that just benefits us. Critical damage by 10, increasing it by more. I mean, that may want us to proc to do a little bit more. I mean, we do have the 1 here in precision. And maybe we have to start thinking about changing, especially if we don't get sturdy. So I guess we could start with this and then kind of see where we go from there. So although I want sturdy items, doesn't mean that we're going to get them. So we may have to change up our build here a little bit. Also, big area, not to have anything else in it. Okay, let's go up and see what we have up here. Here's our dice. So let's go back down this way and go south. Colin. Oh, Colin. Where were you on our summoner run? Yeah, no summoners on this one. Colin's great, especially if you feel like... I feel like this type of build, you don't need some type of tank or someone to aggro some of the damage. I think it's beneficial on its own. All right, we're going to go Artifact. We should level here soon, too. So, again, I'm really hoping we can find some legendary. Oh, here we go. Hidden area. XP. Perfect. Oh, not the one we wanted. Funnily enough, though, I wonder if I should take this. In respect for Leon, because they even stated in their post for this build initially, once you get those initial items, which now is just pretty much wind sheet music and the gripping fear, you can kind of go in whatever direction you want. And they did mention that they actually did go planets. So I think maybe into an homage to that, I think I might just pick it up just because. We may never see a planet. But I think I might pick it up just in remembrance for that. Let's see. Yeah, sitting back and waiting for the block on some of these, again, I just feel like it's too slow for the potential of what Scholar Lizard can do with the weapon. So I wish there was a way that we could trigger, maybe in the future, there will be an item where we can trigger block, right? And then that will allow us to utilize this type of build in that manner a lot more. I don't really want to go corrosion. There's a riposte. I mean, we could pick it up just because. Direct attacks, critical chance increases. I mean, we could see what this does. All right, let's see. So more than likely, we're just going to go the Talbot route here. I think that's going to be probably the most beneficial. Let's see. Yeah, we are getting tight on space, though. And although we're doing... I think we're doing a really good amount of damage, especially with being able to spam Cleave. But we don't have anything insane, I would say. Well, that was actually an awesome Cleave. Holy. The perfect guard into the gripping fear Cleave. I mean, it is a planet. It is a planet. I didn't even see what else was my choices. Maybe that was a bad idea. I guess when I look back at the VOD, I'll see. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to hold down just to get the maximum amount of area for the cleave currently. I mean, King of Cleaves has to try to make the cleave look really impressive, right? Binary Star. What does that do for us? I mean, it gives us opportunity for a 4 slot. I guess that's not too bad. Just move this over, so we could do something like this. Let's actually get this one over here, and then we can get our crit up here. That works. We'll have a little bit of slots. Full on potions. I usually am full on potions with Scholar Lizard because I rarely use it. All right, which boss are we going to face? All right, it is the new boss. So this will be a really good challenge. Let's see. Ooh. It's the most I've been hurt this whole run. Sorry, we got it, though. I'm going to stand over here, though. Don't want that initial damage potential. Can you imagine if we were standing there in the cutscene and we took the damage from that drop bomb and perished? It'd be so sad. Oath? No way. I don't think I can take Oath. I mean, I want Oath. I can't deny that. I want Oath, but... So I'm curious if I end up moving this away, right? And replacing Oath with this. But then I'm going to lose these slots. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to be beneficial. Gosh, Oath is so good, though. I mean, I suppose I could take it and then kind of work it in some way just with the 2 slot here, but... I also feel like then I'd be wasting a lot of spaces. Yeah, I'd be wasting too many spaces, unfortunately. Let's see what else we can get. I mean, Desire is something that isn't too bad. Fits and works. I mean, here's Model Beak, which does give us the physical, which I don't mind that. Anything that's going to increase physical is what I'm honestly looking for. I could definitely see why the build can go in any direction, because it's already so strong on its own. But it's like, what can we grab next to maximize it? Personally, I think the only thing that's going to really push this is going to be Agma. Yeah, I'm not sure what else would really push this on to the next level. Wow, we saw a lot of storm cloud stuff in this run, though. Link, white eggshell would have been cool. Kind of pointless now. Oh, cinnamon stone. I mean, I always feel like picking up cinnamon stone is good. Because you never know. We may perish. You can go ahead and get rid of a potion. This is a 3 slot, so I'll probably put it here next to the planet, because if we get one more planet, right, we can place it here. If not, then we can just utilize it something for a 3 slot if we use it. If we use it. Currently, I'm going to say confidently we're not, but who knows. All right, so I think artifact, enchant is the way to go. Only hoping that we get some of those big end ones. So we'll see how this one turns out. Let's see. Frost relics, no. MP. We could just re-roll here. Another white cape. Can you imagine? I guess we could get pinwheel for attack speed, but I'd probably use it actually more just for evasion at this point. Yeah, I would probably use it more for evasion at this point than anything else. So, Let's re-roll. Whoa. Too bad that's not what we... Oh, critical chance increase with Sharp Eye? That may not be too bad, actually. Yeah, let's see how that works, maybe. We can spam both and get a little bit of crit to see what happens. Maximize more damage. I mean, if we find something better, obviously... I would probably take that over anything. Normal attack damage, we can increase it by an extra 10%. But we're not really doing the normal, so... I like Broken Mirror, but... Is Broken Mirror worth picking up on here? I don't think so, since we already have the Cinnamon Stone, right? So we could just convert this. Yeah. Ooh. Always go defense on those luck shrines with Scholar Lizard. You can increase your health, so... Alright, let's see. Pretty good. And we still have our charms going, so... I was going to block, but we defeated that enemy before they were able to throw out their saws. All right, we said we were going to go artifact again. So last chance, see if we can pick up Agma. If not, then this is what we're going to rock with. Oh, this is a very strong build. I mean, you just feel like you could bulldoze over anyone. We just got another planet, too. Oh, goodness. I feel like now we can actually do the hold, maximize for the cleave damage and the range. Definitely will be spamming during the Asgard fight, though. I don't think I can afford to hold and go in that fight. The good thing with being able to spam the special attack too on Scholar Lizard is it costs MP, even though we have no MP to use. But it allows our letter to go up, and I think the shield is always beneficial for Scholar Lizard, just having the 20 HP. Well, there's a way over here. Is this where the artifact is? Ah. Ooh, that is a good one to pick up. Now the question is, can we buff this at all? I mean, we could swap it. I usually end up doing that anyways, so... yeah, we could just swap it with something. We only have 2 more floors to go through, right? The last one of this area. Let's see. Yeah, the last one of this area, which we can do enchant, and then the boss. So, all right. So let's go ahead and swap this just so we can gain the buff really quick. Let's just do this one. There we go. Wow. Ooh, Thorn Charm is pretty good. Would there be anything that I would want to take? Maybe Model Beak? I don't know. Evasion's kind of big. This is increasing our crit chance, so crit damage. Yeah. Would have increased it a little bit more, but I think for what we have is worth keeping versus trading out anything, so... The poor enemy was stuck in the corner. Oh gosh, pointed club. Yeah, I think we're just ready to go to Asgard, to be honest. Is this the way out? Yeah. I don't even know why we're going for that. We don't need the gold. All right, so what do we want to put the points in then? Maximize damage if we can, so... I guess the warrior seal, and then either the crit to increase, or probably here we can get a little more physical, right? There we go. So now we'll just end up swapping staircase just so we can get that little buff of move speed, which I think will be pretty big, especially with the buffs that we have. All right, here we go. Another viewer build. Known as the Vengeful Scholar, we've transitioned it a little bit ourselves with some homage to planets to call it the King of Cleaves. Let's see how this goes. All right, first phase was good. Wow. Stone shattered there. So I always say to pick up the stone. You just never know. Holy. Nice. What a fun build. Gripping Fear. A cool looking weapon too. Wow. Nice. Ooh. A little scary in the end. I probably should have tried to block a little bit more. I was not expecting that amount of damage, but again, that's why anytime you have the Cinnamon Stone option, you pick it up. You just never know. The damage in this game can be so suffering, but man, that was a good run. So here's the build. We actually did some inspiration with planets just because. Can even put that there if we wanted to. Of what Leon said in regards to going any direction. But I do feel like if you're able to pick up Agma, which I might even start off with Agma if I did this again, especially in a harder tier, I would say. And then just do a little bit more into defense with blocking just to get that initial off. But what an awesome build. Another viewer build in the books. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Love Scholar Lizard. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to post in the comments. I do reply to all of my comments, so let me know what you think of the build, the game, the gameplay. I think the build as a whole is pretty simple. It actually makes me want to try the defensive tank build that I have been trying to do for quite a bit. I actually have a little bit of ideas now just because of this, so we'll see where that takes me. But the planets was fun just to throw in just because, again, the viewer did mention that in their run specifically. So if you have any builds in mind that you'd like for me to try, please go ahead and post those, or any games that you would like for me to try within this genre, or just a game you'd like for me just to do first impressions on. I love trying out new games, so please mention those. And of course, if you'd like to follow this and all of my content, please subscribe. We are building a great community here. Love to see you join, especially if you're enjoying the content. And of course, want to give a big shout out to all of my current subscribers that constantly comment, like, and share. Thank you all so much. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, everyone, take care.